Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Josh. Welcome back to another video, and today we're gonna continue to cover more of the San Diego Comic-Con's NECA toys. So yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, if I remember. Look, I don't have good memories, so bear with me, all right? I probably say that a lot, but trust me, it happens. You know, we make mistakes, but that's not the point. Point is, we're going to continue covering some of their horror stuff. I've talked about their Universal monsters, of course. Unfortunately, I had to kind of abruptly end that video, so if you were watching it, I do apologize that it ended kind of shitty because there was a couple of things I did wanted to mention, but I had to kind of shut the video down because, well, some errands I had to do, and I got to help my dad and all that. So just please be understanding of that. But hopefully there will be no interruptions today. I mean, we're literally only talking about two figures. Well, technically three, because we're talking about some of the new reveals for their can you really call it a line? I'm really not sure. John Carpenter's The Thing, right? It's a horror movie from 1982, but it's honestly like a masterpiece of a movie. Without a doubt, as soon as I start doing movie reviews, I'm already doing toy reviews. What am I talking about? As soon as I start doing movie reviews, that will definitely be a movie I will love to review in the future. The Thing is such an interesting horror movie, and the fact that it's based off of like a really old book too, and it has like its own kind of style because it's made by John Carpenter, you know, the same guy that made Halloween, you know. So it's basically the whole premise of the movie is that, well, I'll try not to give away too much because it's pretty obvious if you looked at the figures. You know, it's going to be about some sort of weird alien that basically takes the form of like whoever takes, you know, the host, if that makes sense. And the two figures in particular we're going to be talking about is the dog creature, because I'm like, wow, the fact that they were even able to make that, it's incredible. And well, with NECA toys, they always want to try and make it look as screen accurate as possible, and definitely without a doubt it is, kinda, because The Thing, it wasn't like a dark movie, not like dark as in like brooding. I mean, it was a dark horror movie per se, but it was more like, because the movie takes place at an Antarctic base, and when it comes to like lighting and stuff like that, the creatures were always like in like dark corners and all that. You couldn't really see all the details of it, but that's what made it frightening, of course. And the scene in particular is where they got like all the dogs and like in their cage, and then you got the Thing that comes out of nowhere and basically not eat them up, but basically kind of like take control of their form, kind of nabs on them, and then they mutate basically. And it's so gruesome and very upsetting because as a dog lover, wow, it's so upsetting. Like when you see like one of the characters, they had to like literally shoot one of the dogs, you know, the uninfected ones, because it was getting infected. Because I mean, that was horrible, but it's pretty gruesome to say the least. I think that was like maybe their first encounter with the creature, if I remember. It's been a while since I've watched the movie, so I think it was maybe their first encounter with it. I'm not sure, because throughout the entire movie there's like different encounters with it. People get infected little by little, and then eventually, you know, we kind of sort of find out like who was patient zero and all that. I say kind of because there is a patient zero, but they don't really say that there is one in particular, if that made sense. I don't know, you have to watch the movie to kind of find out, and I don't want to spoil any more, especially considering that I am going to show you pictures of the dog creature. Now, mind you, they didn't make not just one, they made two versions of the dog creature, which caught me by surprise because I honestly thought they were only going to do one, but no, they did both. And I don't know. I mean, judging by the size of it, it looks like it's going to be like in two separate packs. I don't think they're going to be both together. So that part, I really don't know. And before I move on, I think it's good if I mention this super quick. The toy line as of now consists of, I want to say, 5 figures. You have the main character, Macready. They made like one version, and then they made another version with his flamethrower, because that's kind of the only way to kill the Thing, basically, you know? So there was 2 versions of him, and then we got the 2 dog creatures. And then I remember they also announced, this was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, but they announced that they were going to do the alien creature based on the poster. You know, if you've ever seen the poster of the Thing, it's that, I guess, that alien thing, and he got like the face glow and all that. Yeah, they made a figure of that basically. But that creature, that that the thing never actually appeared in the movie. We never actually saw that, but it's kind of cool that they decided to make a figure off of that. But like I say, unfortunately, it's a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and it's going to cost you around $40 or so. And you're probably thinking, wait, don't you mean $32.99? No, it actually legit cost $39.99. Or maybe more. I don't know. I mean, I don't even remember where I saw the price at. All I remember is that I think it was going around like $40 or so. And this was before the event even started. This was for like if you want to order or not, or if you go over there to Comic-Con and then you could pretty much just buy it there. And there was a couple other things too, but I want to just focus mostly on the thing. So without further ado, let's talk about the dog creature. And it's horrifying, to say the least. So here's a picture of how he looked in the movie. Basically, that's how he actually looks, but you can see all the gruesome details and all that. It's practical effects, obviously. It's not CGI. This is a movie from 1982, so of course it looks glorious. It looks spotless, Listen, that's not to say that movies with CGI is bad now, but you get what I'm trying to say. It adds on to the gruesomeness and the nasty details and all the grossness behind the creature, because it's very unfortunate that this is a poor dog that suffered, man. And like I say, they made not one but two versions of it, man. And so here is number one, I guess. So this is the picture of the dog, a little husky. So as you can see, he got that weird spider thing going on. Let me lower the brightness down just a little bit. See if you could kind of get a good look. So his face is just shredded. It's just pretty much it's skeleton at that point. And it's very gruesome, but very interesting that they even went that far. It's like, damn, NECA, that's okay. At least it's good to know that you're trying to add some variety, with your lineup. And to add insult to injury, yes, the biggest insult of all, it actually comes with an alternative head where it's just a regular husky. Now, you can't see the picture too well, so I'm going to try and zoom in on it a little bit. But as you can see here, it actually does include the head, optional. So I'm like, what the hell? So, okay, I guess if you wanted to pose a normal dog, but with the giant spider legs on its back, I'm not sure why they decided to do that. I mean, I'm not trying to question it. I'm glad they did it for more variety, but why though? You're basically saying, yeah, it's a regular doggy, but with giant spider legs on his back. Yeah, I don't know. And then, as you just saw too, there was the second version right next to Mac Ready. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see all the tentacles and all that coming out of it. That's basically its intestinals, let's be honest here. And you're probably wondering, is there posability? Is it pretty much a statue? What is it, right? And I'll be honest, it's kind of hard to tell from these pictures. I really don't know. I mean, from the amount of videos I've seen, even I can't really tell exactly what's posable and then what isn't. Yeah. So now that I mentioned that weird thing figure before, this is the one I was talking about that was based off of the poster. That's the one that got that weird glowing face thing going on. That's the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive I was talking about, just for a reference, because I mainly wanted to talk about the dog creatures, because, I mean, the fact that NECA was able to go that far to make that, it kind of makes you wonder, can they keep going with the line? Can this actually be the beginning of what's to become for the thing? I mean, I doubt it, but it's a possibility, And the reason why I say that is because, for an example, there was definitely some characters that ended up getting mutated. I don't remember them by heart, but I remember the guy with the weird split face, and it just kind of, I would assume maybe what will probably happen is that they could make those figures if they wanted to, but it could be maybe not a licensing issue, I guess maybe to get the actors appearance and all that. Because I remember, not to get off topic, but with their NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff, I remember with their movie line, they wanted to add Shredder's bodyguard. I literally forgot his name. I think it was Tatsuo or Tetsuo. I don't remember the name. Please don't get mad at me if I don't remember, but I think you know who I'm talking about. And NECA, they wanted to make a figure of him because he plays a very important role in the first two Ninja Turtle movies, but the actor didn't. We pretty much didn't agree to it. He pretty much didn't want, their approval of using his face because obviously you got to scan the face and all that. You got to capture their likeness. Obviously, he didn't want to give up his likeness. So, long story short, I don't think we're going to get a figure of him anytime soon for the Ninja Turtle line, which sucks because they pretty much made figures based off of everybody. They made Casey, they made April, they even made the freaking Pizza Boy, whose name I also forget. But look, I'm sorry, okay? Look, when I literally stuff just comes out of my mouth. So when I'm not expecting to talk about something, I'm going to forget a few details, okay? So I think you guys pretty much know exactly who I'm talking about. If you've seen any of the Ninja Turtle movies, well, specifically the originals, not the new ones, just for a little bit of context, So yeah, what I'm trying to say is it makes you wonder, can they make more figures for the thing? Because like I say, there's plenty of more creatures in the movie as well. That's not the only thing, of course. It becomes a huge mess. I mean, later, literally, I think they got this really, really giant one. And yeah, I think his name was Norris or something like that. I really, really don't remember. I know with the what was it? Let me see. Yeah, with their McFarlane toy line, they did make some thing figures. So again, it kind of makes you wonder, is NECA going to be able to do a lot more than just the dog creatures? Who knows? Only time will tell. And well, these were just announced, obviously, so it's going to take a while before we can actually see them in stores. And obviously, with what's been going on in the world and all that, it's going to be hard to say when these figures will come out. And I hate to say that because I know that that's kind of a running thing lately. We're getting so many new figures, but there are no official dates for them whatsoever. But obviously, to bring you to reality, you guys got to understand, we all have to understand that with how the economy is, with how shipping, gas prices and all that, obviously that affects everything. Not just toys, but just products in general. So obviously, if certain figures have a date, they're not gonna arrive on time. So yeah, look, if you work a word of advice, if you work in retail, if a customer asks you, if they know when a certain item is gonna come out, just be honest with them and tell them. It's really hard to say because of the whole shipping issues and all that, and all the dates are off. Basically, right? We don't know when stuff come in. So same thing goes for the dog creatures. When will they come in? I don't know. I would assume maybe next year. And on top of that, they didn't show any packaging for it. So maybe there's some things I've missed. Maybe they will be in a 2-pack or maybe they will be separate. I don't know. Only time will tell. So until then, that's about it. That pretty much wraps up what I want to talk about today. So we're going to continue covering San Diego Comic-Con, obviously. So I know that these videos have been a lot more shorter lately, but that's because I'm trying to divide everything. I don't want to do everything at once because I feel like we will really, really be here for a really long time. So it's I think I'd rather take my time with it and make shorter videos on it than to make a whole entire thing just discussing all the toys they got for NECA. Because then we'd be overblown and it'll be a massive headache. And I'm okay, we still need to talk about Ninja Turtles. We still need to talk about the Aliens and Predators stuff. They got some ET stuff going on. The dinosaurs, apparently, I forgot. I don't know if that was the name of the show, but that was a show back in the 90s. They plan on making figures of that too. And yeah, the Rob Zombies, the Munsters, that's a thing now, right? So you got that going on. And yeah, and I definitely want to cover some other stuff as well with other companies because I think, why not? I definitely want to talk about Marvel Legends too. I've been dying to talk about it because as you guys just saw in my toy hunt, the last toy hunt I just did, I kind of got into it. I was like, wow, I could kind of see why people like these now, so I got into it. As you also saw, I actually did manage to hunt down Titan Tech Godzilla, and honestly, it's a really great figure. I wish they had Kong, but unfortunately they didn't. So I'll keep checking by it. He should probably pop up eventually, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm pretty good with my Playmates collection right now. I'm up to speed. Unlike Movie Monster series where I'm nah, I want to collect them, but damn, they cost so much money. A lot more than Ultraman too. So what does that tell you? So till then, well, what we're going to talk about next, well, I'm gonna debate on that. Maybe Ninja Turtles, maybe, I don't know, because that's gonna be a that I will say it might be a pretty long video for sure. Maybe 20 minutes or so. I don't know. So until then, I'm gonna end the video right here. That's about it. I hope you guys stay safe out there as always. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, and yeah, I'm out. So yeah, see ya.